You live now to Adelaide. The Premier Stephen Marshall speaking about those border closures.
Pathology testing here in South Australia. And I think we now have in excess of 30 people from South Australia, whether they be epidemiologists, paramedics or nurses on the ground assisting. If Victoria do well in getting on top of these outbreaks, then we will do well as a nation.
Can I clarify earlier?
Says that there now is no excuse for the border with South Australia to be shut. Is that going to influence your decision?
Well, I think I've been sort of messaging quite strongly for a long period of time that we are very, very pleased with the results in the ACT and New South Wales. But there's a meeting tomorrow morning. I don't want to preempt that. But we do want to open up our borders as soon as it's safe to do so. In fact, I've been saying for a long period of time we don't want to keep our borders in place one day longer than we need to. I think the securing of the border between New South Wales and Victoria will give a lot of comfort to the Transition Committee.
Can I clarify earlier you said you're treating New South Wales and the ACT independently. Is that independently of Victoria or are you treating the two independently of each other? Will New South Wales and ACT, will a decision come on those two together?
Oh, look, I don't have an answer on that, but I would think that they probably would.
Would you consider putting the Defence Force, to watch our borders with Victoria like New South Wales has?
Look, I haven't. Unfortunately, I've been in Cabinet this morning, so I haven't seen that announcement. So I would prefer just to reflect on what they've done before making a comment.
But considering that, the Police Commissioner said the other day, they've got all, thrown all the resources that they can on that border, and they, really can't spare any more. Have to watch the rest of the state as well. Is that a possibility? Is that something you would need?
Let's just look at the situation. It's unfolding as we speak. What I do know is that I have a great police force here in South Australia. They've dedicated resources as and when they've been needed. And if there is a requirement for further reinforcing of that border, then the resources will be made available.
Premier, you just touched on the resources, the Australian resources that are now currently across the border helping the effort in Victoria. Would you be open to providing further support if the request came from Daniel Andrews?
Look, we'll be doing everything we can to support Victoria during this really difficult time. We know that we have increased the number of international arrivals coming into South Australia. I do want to emphasise that these are Australian citizens returning, and we've done this extraordinarily well with a completely different methodology to that which is being used in Victoria, and we're happy to continue to do what we can during this really, really tough time for Victoria.
Do you know when the next repatriation operation will be then?
I don't have that, but I can provide it as soon as I get it from after the press conference.
So you're not across when the next or additional international flights come in? We know there are some scheduled services, and we had one on Saturday and we've got one in coming days, but has a request come through from Border Force or DFAT for us to take additional flights? I
think one of the complexities in this area is there are quite often scheduled repatriation flights that don't eventuate. And so quite often we don't get confirmation until very late. You might have recalled in the past we've said, well, these are coming in and then they haven't. So they've been diverted elsewhere, or they haven't been able to get the number of passengers that they originally envisaged, or they've consolidated some of those plane trips and then chosen other airports other than Adelaide. So as soon as I finish this press conference, I'll be able to get an update, but I've literally come directly from Cabinet here this morning.